Hello and welcome to Cricket Happenings, dear friends and subscribers. This is your host Ram bringing you the first day's play of the first test match between Australia and India that happened yesterday at the Pune cricket ground. As you know, the MCA stadium in Pune was actually making its debut. Not a single test match has been played at the MCA stadium, so this was a new stadium. Maharashtra Cricket MCA called the Maharashtra Cricket Association Stadium, which was added to the list of stadiums in India, and this was the first time ever that a test match was being held in Pune. And I will have to say that it was Pandurang Salgaonkar, the former pace bowler, in his heyday, he was the fastest that India ever had. But it was a sad sight that he never got to play for India, unfortunately. He came to the 1975 World Cup, but he was not selected for any match. He only been played in the trials. And the reason I'm speaking about this very, very forgotten cricketer, he was very pacey. He was extremely quick, and in fact, he once hit the very, very famous legend Sunil Gavaskar on his hand, and he couldn't play a next match. So just imagine how pacey he could have been. And as you know, Sunil Gavaskar is the best player of pace bowling at this time. And but Pandurang Salgaonkar, definitely one feels very sorry for him, that being the fastest in India at that time, when the spinners were ruling the roost in India in the days of Prasanna Bedi, Venkatraghavan and Chandrasekhar, I thought Salgaonkar never played, unfortunately. And Pandurang Salgaonkar is the curator. That's the reason I'm speaking about him. He's the curator of this particular pitch, the Maharashtra Cricket Association Stadium. And I have to say, as the commentators were telling in the commentary box, that they have never seen a first day pitch in such a manner. And immediately we saw this pitch looks to be really probably towards the end it might crumble, and India might be the ones who might be coming under a lot of heavy weather, I suppose, because Australia were the ones actually, they won the toss yesterday and they elected to bat first. Matt Renshaw and David Warner opened the innings. They were very watchful, but the first delivery of this test series was a boundary when Matt Renshaw actually edged the ball from Ishan Sharma into the fence. And David Warner and Matt Renshaw were very, very circumspect, I would say. They really took their time at the crease. They were having a good close look at the bowlers. And Virat Kohli decided to toss the ball to Ravichandran Ashwin in the very second over. And Ravichandran Ashwin definitely, as you know, the ball is not easy to grip in the sense, only probably when the ball becomes old, the ball starts turning. But Ravichandran Ashwin bowled. But as I said, Matt Renshaw was looking pretty good. It is his first stint overseas. And what one saw from Matt Renshaw was the confidence that he played. He decided to stay put at the crease, giving good company to David Warner. David Warner's innings was interspersed. In between, he used to play some very good strokes, but also giving merit to each and every delivery. So the Indians really had a tough time till, and one was wondering as to why, like Umesh Yadav was not pressed into service. But by the time Umesh Yadav, in fact, Umesh Yadav was brought very late into the bowling attack. In fact, Kohli had actually given Ashwin the ball. After that, he bowled Jayant Yadav into the bowling. Ravindra Jadeja bowled, and then finally we saw Umesh Yadav returning to the bowling attack. And what was good about Matt Renshaw was that he definitely has a very good height, so it's very easy. I think being very tall, it gives you that added advantage of reaching the turning deliveries too. And Renshaw was, one was really impressed by the way Renshaw played David Warner. So it was going on, and Australia were doing a very good job there. The openers had kept all the Indian bowlers at bay, and they had added 82 runs. And this was the time Umesh Yadav was brought into the attack. Now the ball was almost like 27 overs old at that stage, and Umesh Yadav in fact was the one who actually got the first Australian wicket, as what he did is he actually angled the ball across David Warner, and David Warner was clean bowled, trying to attempt a stroke there. He was clean bowled by Umesh Yadav for 38 with 6 boundaries. That was wicket number 1. After that, we saw Renshaw, after one was gone, Renshaw got a stomach bug and he had immediately returned to the pavilion, and that made Stephen Smith came to the crease. Stephen Smith came to the crease, and now with both gone, there were 2 new batsmen at the crease. Stephen Smith and Sean Marsh combined and slowly started pushing the scoring along, and the score had reached 119, and was Stephen Smith was also very watchful. I mean, he was not taking any chances. He was really watchful at the crease. Sean Marsh played some good, hit some 3 good boundaries, and after that, Jayant Yadav, the right arm off spinner, was probably, I mean, playing his first test. I mean, in the sense is for the first time he's playing against Australia. What he did is he actually forced Sean Marsh to go for the sweep shot, which Sean Marsh obliged, and Kohli was the one who actually picked up the catch, which was good to see in the leg slip position, and it was Sean Marsh caught by Kohli, and it was a very good captaincy by Virat Kohli. Caught by Kohli, bowled Jayant Yadav for 16 with 3 boundaries. So that made it 119 for 2, and then it was Stephen Smith joined in by Hanscom, but Hanscom and Smith then pushed the score. They put a 30-run partnership before Hanscom was looking good, but then Ravindra Jadeja actually fooled Hanscom with a ball which was an arm delivery, and he was gone. LBW bowled Jadeja for 22 with 3 boundaries. After that, Stephen Smith, after pottering around for 27 with 2 boundaries, was a victim of the bowling of Ravichandran Ashwin, caught by Kohli for 27, which made it 149 for 4, and the Indians were really coming back into the game. And after that, we saw the next wicket to go was Mitchell Marsh. Now it was Jadeja who actually foxed Marsh there, as Mitchell Marsh was out for 4, and Umesh Yadav with the ball was really showing some real reverse swing, and he was also swinging the ball at some good pace, and that was one of the reverse swing ball that actually took the wicket of Matthew Wade, LBW for 8 with 1-4, which made it 190 for 6. And then we saw Renshaw coming in at the crease, and then but Renshaw was not able to really go far after that. He came in, and Ashwin actually picked up his wicket. It was a very sharp catch taken by Murli Vijay of the bowling of Ashwin. So, but Renshaw would be very happy that on his first overseas tour he got a 50 here. He made 68 with 10 fours and 1 but a very impressive innings at that. Probably if he had not got the stomach bug, one probably would have seen Renshaw probably scoring a century. But nevertheless, full credit to Renshaw for a good innings that he played. And after that, we saw Umesh Yadav coming in and picking up 2 more wickets. He picked up the tailender Steve O'Keefe for naught by caught behind, and Nathan Law and the LBW. Umesh, as I said, Umesh Yadav was really displaying some very good reverse swing bowling at some very good pace, and that really brought the Australian innings. And probably one were thinking that one was going to see the Indians actually bat with the score on 205 for 9 with probably 9 more overs left. But Mitchell Starc was something which was very special. Mitchell Starc and Joseph from 205 for 9. Mitchell Starc really went on to a breezy knock. He started whacking the bowlers, and he did it to such an extent that Mitchell Starc saw to it and you look at the partnership from 205, the score reached 256 for 9 at close, and it was only thanks to Mitchell Starc's contribution in that 50, it was 205, so basically 51 runs was Hazelwood had won, and it was a 50-run partnership. and out of that, the 50 runs was scored by Mitchell Starc. Josh Hazlewood was putting some very good display, in the sense he was really giving very good company to Mitchell Starc. Mitchell Starc finished on an unbeaten 57, so that was very frustrating for India, because they probably would have thought that they could have wrapped up this Australian innings. And here I think definitely Australia stole a march over India, as Mitchell Starc not out on 57 at close of play with 5 fours and 3 sixes, almost playing in one-day style there. Hazlewood not out on 1 after facing 31 balls, did a good job, as Australians on the first day of the Test series at the MCA Stadium in Pune closed. At close of play they were 256 for 9, thanks to Mitchell Starc, who really saw to it that Australia played through the whole day. Ishan Sharma 11 runs for 27 bowled well. Ashwin once again on the top of his bowling, 34 overs 10 maidens, 59 runs and 2 wickets. Jayant Yadav 13 overs 1 maiden 1 for 58, but Ravindra Jadeja 24 overs 4 maidens 2 for 74, a bit costly by standards. But Umesh Yadav was the pick of the bowlers, demonstrating some very good reverse swing bowling, 12 overs 3 maidens, 32 runs, and he picked up 4 wickets. He was not really given the chance with the new ball, but probably Virat Kohli thought that he would be much effective with the old ball, and how true it was proved by Virat Kohli. Umesh Yadav with the old ball, he really started getting the Australians on real tenterhooks with his reverse swing. Well, one thing that I can say here is that this particular pitch, as I said, right from the time the commentators were talking on this match, they said that the pitch is definitely expected to crumble, and one could say that Australia, even though if you look at the score of 256, one would say that India have done a good job. Yes, they did. But India have to really wrap it up very quickly on the second day, no doubt about it, because more and more runs could only add to India's discomfiture, because the reason being that Indians are the ones who are going to be batting last on this pitch. So definitely one has to say that Australia still did a good job of reaching 256 for 9, and the pitch is bound to crumble, because already as I said, the bowlers' foot marks and everything have started already cracking. There's been marks made already, so one would be very interested to see how the pitch behaves on the second day, which would really give us an inkling of what is going to follow. But nevertheless, as I said, the commentators were saying that on the first day they've never seen such a pitch on the first day itself, which is really showing signs of breaking up. So I think it's going to be interesting, but well, as I said, it's very early to say anything. Let's have a look at the second day's play and see what really comes about. So that is as far as the first day's play match report was concerned on the first test between Australia and India, which was played at the MCA Stadium in Pune. Now let me share some very brief cricket news here. I'm told that Philander would be the one who would be there for the test against New Zealand. He is fully fit, and Marlon Samuels, who recently was cleared by the ICC of his bowling action, has been omitted from the ODIs against England, the 3 ODIs that England are going to play against West Indies in West Indies, and Samuels has been absolutely miffed after seeing that his name has been omitted. He has been omitted, and he is now pondering a coal pack deal. So one understands what's a coal pack deal. We know that Kyle Abbott went to coal pack, Riley Rossouw has gone to coal pack, so it's just going and playing there in England. And Samuels, I think he has decided that he might be probably going for a coal pack, and that is not good news, I can tell you that. And this news is not really healthy for the West Indies cricket as to what's really happening. But well, dear fans and subscribers, I don't have anything else to share. That's about it as far as today's cricket happening show goes. There'll be more cricket happenings. Tomorrow I'll be back with the second day's play report on this very interesting test match between Australia and India. It'll be good to see as to how much Australia can stretch it. I think even if Australia managed to stretch it till 300, that is going to really be a sort of a warning sign for India. But as I said, this pitch is definitely going to misbehave in the coming days. Well, dear fans and subscribers, it was a pleasure bringing you the first day's play report on the first test match between Australia and India being played at the MCA Stadium in Pune. And probably right now as I'm talking to you here, I reckon we are probably looking at another 2 hours from now. Play will be getting underway in the first test match between India and Australia, the second day's play. So I'll be back with a full match summary tomorrow as I did right now. Till such time, it's good night.